Hello, everyone. All right, today I am going to take you through how to create a quiz with Interact quizzes and show you just how easy the entire process is. There's a few ways to do it. We'll walk through both and also chat a little bit about how to make the integration with Flodesk work and how we made that work for us too. The first thing I want to say is if you have not listened to the podcast episode, please go down to the comments below and go ahead and click through to that. Listen to our podcast episode with Jackie from Interact. She walks through all of the amazing features of Interact and why it is so amazing, why we use them and love to work with them. You'll also see a link down there so that you can go ahead and click through to get started with your free 14-day trial. That is exactly what we did for our business. We decided to try it out for 14 days, and then after we started getting results and after we started getting people joining our email list, then we were like, heck yeah, we want to keep this because it's already so beneficial within just 14 days. So go ahead, do that, and then you can follow along with this video so that you can see how to get started and actually create a quiz today. I think that's one of the things that can feel so overwhelming is like creating a quiz can feel like this huge uphill battle when the process can be so dang simple, and we'll walk you through exactly how to do that. So go ahead, click through to that link and get started. Once you get started, you'll be dropped into your dashboard that looks like this. So we right now have a quiz already created. How strong is your gram game? It lives on our website and it's up top in a banner, which is super nice. You just click through, looks and feels just like our brand, and you can go ahead and take the quiz to see how it works. I'm going to show you all of that in a moment, but what I want to get started with is showing you how easy it is to create a quiz from a template. Because back when we created this gram quiz, we actually didn't use a template because I didn't know they existed. I was like, what? This is a thing? So the templates are insane. We paid a copywriter to help us write this How Strong is Your Gram Game? And you don't need to when you use a template. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. So if you go ahead and click that create a quiz button, you can start from scratch, which we'll do in a moment, but you also have the option to just go ahead and use a template. So go ahead and look on the side, see if any of these categories match what you want to create and who you want to serve. There's so many: wellness, wedding, travel, skincare, photography, personal finance. I guarantee you that there is one category here that fits what you want to offer. And the best thing is this is their main priority, is to make this easier for you as a user. So if there's a quiz here you don't see, seriously, go let them know. Go let Jackie know, because she'll add it to the queue and she will make sure that that quiz gets in there and makes your life a heck of a lot easier. So we are going to go ahead and just click on one so I can show you how to update it. So let's go ahead and click on a coffee one, because I really wish that I would have started with this template to begin with. So when you click on a template, it is so incredibly easy to update. And the coolest thing is that all of the content and the questions are already in here. So which tasty notes do you like? What are your flavor profiles? And they're also kind of funny, like call me strange, but I'm into something a little bit bitter. This is the kind of thing that people pay for. People pay copywriters to help them create witty copy, and you have the benefit of having all of this in your back pocket because you have all these templates done for you. And then you can go ahead and tweak them slightly if you need to help fit your brand. So the very first thing that we always do is we update all of the details. So I'm going to go ahead and update all of the background colors. And for us, if you don't know me, I'm just half of the duo. So I'm the strategy and analytics side, the SEO genius of the group. And my partner, Courtney, is the brand designer, the beautiful creator of all things for our brand. So she probably knows our hex numbers, has them memorized by heart. I do not. So what I do is I go to Canva and I leverage all my hex colors in here. So I would just go ahead and be like, okay, this is what I want our buttons to be. I'm going to copy this hex color here and go ahead and add this here so that all my buttons and everything will change for you as you move. And then I'm going to make the progress bar this darker orange. So super easy to just update all of this, make sure that it matches your brand and change things up, because that's the first thing that people are going to expect, is they're going to expect to see something that looks and feels like you. Let's go ahead and change this to a darker brown. And the next thing you can do is change your fonts. So for us, Montserrat is a font that we use often. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose that font because that looks and feels like our brand as well. So, and then the last thing you can do is update your images. So if I am going to go ahead and upload my own brand images to here, here's a fun little one of Court and I. Upload that, and then I'm going to go ahead and update all of the copy. And there you are. Pretty simple to make it look and feel like your brand and not look and feel like a template. So the next thing that you can do is go ahead and update this, the same thing. So the great thing is once you've updated all of these colors and fonts, all of this changes. So that's all automatic. Some of these will show an image, some of them won't. You can hide it. You can really make that yours. And then you can also edit your result correlations. So this is where you decide like, okay, these are my matches, these are my results. Let's make sure that all of these lines match, and you can simply just remove them and be like, okay, no, I don't want one of these to relate to the other one. So these ones, so all you have to do is click on these little lines right here, and then you'll see what they're lined up to. So if someone chooses this, they could get this or this. If someone chooses this, they're going to get this, all of that. And then if you want to change your answer, you would just deselect that and be like, okay, let's have them match up this way. So you can kind of change all of these based on what the answers are. Then you just save and close and move on to the next one. So makes it super easy, but if you're keeping the template as is, you won't even need to change any of that. You'll just want to make sure that if you go over to this left-hand side, your results line up. So what are your results? This is all for results. Make sure they match what you need and then go from there. So what we did for us for Flodesk is we actually used a redirect, and I am going to go ahead and show you how that looks on our current quiz. Edit. So for this quiz, pretend we started with a template like we should have way back when. Would have been so much easier. And then, and also, you can tell that Court is the one that designs everything and not me, because this looks way prettier than the other one. That's Court. But when you move down to the questions, you can see how all of these look. And then looking at the results, how we set ours up is redirects. So you could see in the results, like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to have redirects for all of mine. And then what we had them redirect to was our Flodesk opt-in form, because we wanted to make sure that all of our users are getting on our email list. So then these all link through to the full page Flodesk form. So this is what that looks like. Here's your result. Your gram game is like iced coffee with extra milk, which basically means that it's just a tad bit diluted. And then we let people know exactly what they can get their hands on in order to optimize their profile. So this is what we deliver straight into their inbox after they enter in their name and email address. So it gives them the results. We're not being sneaky, because sometimes it can be frustrating when you do a quiz and then you don't even get your results until you enter your email address. We want to give you your results and let you know how you performed, but then we want to give you a tool that you're really going to want, that we should actually charge money for, because these tools are so valuable, but all we're going to want is your email address. So this is how we set up that quiz. And that's it. That's how it looks. So you fill out the quiz, edit the cover, edit the questions, look at your results. If you're working with Flodesk or another tool, you can deliver results right in here as well. And then you can redirect to your opt-in page, which makes it super easy. So because we're lead generating through Flodesk, we do not have lead generation on through Interact. So it's just really a preference thing on where you want to capture your leads. So I am going to show you one other way to make a quiz because I have a quiz actually ready to go that I want to show you how easy it is to create. So I'm just going to go ahead and start from scratch. So when you start from scratch, you can decide which type of quiz you want. An assessment, meaning there's one correct answer, or a personality, meaning, okay, let's assess how you feel for everything. A couple answers could apply to something, or a scored one, which is kind of like a quiz. So let's go ahead. For us, we are going to do personality because what we are doing is we launched a shop. And with our shop, we have templates, we have apparel items, we have a lot of different tools for entrepreneurs who are looking to grow their business organically or just celebrate with some fun brand swag. And we want to give people a fun little quiz, a 5-question super easy quiz that will help them decide what to add to their cart. So what I did to make this process even easier is just quickly write down what I'm going to ask them. So I started just, what tool do you need to grow your biz? Plain and simple. What is the reason why they should take the quiz? Quick description. What are the questions? And before I even wrote the answers to the questions, I had the results. Mostly A's are going to get these 2 shirt options. Mostly B's are going to get these 2 digital tool options. This mostly C's are going to get an apparel item and a digital course. And then the final 2 are our other 2 digital tools. So as I was writing out the answers, I knew that mostly D's would get these. So what would they likely say? So that really helped me be prepared and make this process super easy. Because yes, I did this right before I jumped on here. Probably took me 20 minutes. Now I'm on here. I'm going to create the quiz all within a super short period of time. So this does not have to be a long process. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You can really create a quiz rather quickly. So the very first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and grab my title. I'm going to copy and paste it over here. Whoops. Let's go ahead, do that again. All right, I'm going to go ahead and update my cover photo. Let's just go ahead and grab this one. And then I'm going to do just what I did before and update the background colors. Oops. Okay, so now that I've updated all of my background colors, updated my fonts, I am going to go ahead and finish entering in the details of the quiz. So I'm going to grab my little description. I am going to go ahead and put that right here. And then I am good to go. I'm going to move into the questions. So first question, I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I am going to go ahead and copy all of these and I am going to paste them into each question. And for the answers, I'm going to do the same thing. So this makes it so much easier than, personally, for me, so much easier than having to just enter each of these in as I go. It makes the process more seamless. I don't have to worry about trying to think about what the right question answers are. You can see the right results right below as you're writing them. The process just makes it a little bit easier if you're trying to do something quicker. All right, almost there. Add answer. There we go. So if I want to, I can also show an image here and try to pull in another fun image. Maybe for this one, I want to do a digital tool, showcase something fun. And we are good to go. I'm going to add another question and then go ahead and repeat the process. All right, so now I have added all 5 of my questions in here with all of the answers. So everything is in here. And the next thing I'm going to do is pop over to the results because right now my results are empty. So I'm going to go back to my document and I am going to scroll down and go to my results section. So mostly A's. Here's my little description for what this means. And then right now, what I am going to do is go ahead and enter in the two products so that I know, and I can go ahead and finesse this copy later and update the results. So that is the first one. Second one is our wannabe, or our very organized individuals. That is the product they will align with. And then we have one more. Add one more result. There we go. So now we have our 4 results. So I'm going to pop back up to the questions, and I'm going to make sure that these answers are all updated. So here's what we need to do is we need to make sure that the answers tie to the results. So how I did it was very simple. I just did mostly A's, mostly B's, mostly C's. So A's all aligned to this, B's aligned to this, so on and so forth. So it's a super simple update. So basically this one to this one, this one to this one, this one to this one, this one to this one. I can go ahead and mix these results up if I want to. So if you want to go in here and just strictly move some things around and you go back to the correlation, you'll see that these have shifted. So you can line up your answers very easily, and if you don't want it to be a straightforward answer to results, then you can quickly update those and drag them where you want to go. So that part is really awesome. So you're going to go ahead and do that for each question, which luckily this whole process is super simple. All right, so now that I have done that, I have made sure that all of the questions have aligned to their corresponding results, which is perfect. And the last thing I have to do is go to the results and make sure that our call to action is correct. So what I would do is I'd be like, you would the best, let's see, the best item to add to your cart would be, and then I'd link to those 2 items. Again, this is why I write my copy in advance, because not very good on the fly. But anyways, I would update this call to action, and what I would make our call to action actually is I do save 10%. Save 10%. Here. So I would go ahead and I would make this URL our Flodesk URL. So I would go ahead, sign this up to be a 10% off opt-in. I have not done this yet, but I would go ahead and do this in Flodesk, and then I just copy and paste the URL in here so that the process is super seamless. If you don't use Flodesk, or you want to use a different email system, there are so many different integrations. So you can go ahead and turn on lead generation, and that's where you would do it. So if you pop down here, you would go ahead and set up your opt-in form. So what types of things do you want to gather from your user? Then you would give them the option to either opt in or opt out. And you can edit your form, change the color if you want it to be something different. And then you would go ahead and set up your integration next. So when you move to the next step, you can see there are so many direct integrations. If you use something like MailChimp, if you use Constant Contact, any other email platform, there's so many integrations here. You can also interact with Flodesk through Zapier or some of the other systems here as well. And then you would just go ahead and set it up. So that is really, once you're done with this, you would go ahead, you'd hit publish, and you'd be set. So I'll go ahead and show you how that works when you hit publish. You just quickly will turn off, I'm just going to turn off lead generation because we are going to go ahead and update this. I will include the link to this quiz below so that you can see the final result. And the last thing you will do is hit publish. You will go ahead and publish everything, and then you will get a nice little link that you can go ahead and include on your website. You can share it on social, you can include it in your Instagram bio, all the things. Basically, you want this link to go everywhere so that you can drive your audience to it and better your engagement and just your relationship overall with your audience. So if you haven't already listened to that podcast episode, please go check it out. And if you have any questions on setting up these quizzes, you can reach out to us. You can also reach out to Jackie, or the best part about signing up for your 14-day free trial and joining their team, joining the team, is that you get an absolute free strategy call with them. Like, it's completely free. It's part of the process. So if you feel stuck on even what topic to share, what template to use, or you're just having an overall issue with something, set up that strategy call. Even their CEO jumps on that strategy call sometimes with you. And I think that is so cool. So this company is really amazing. Definitely go ahead and give it a try just for ease and simplicity's sake. And yeah, peek at that podcast episode if you are interested in hearing more about what they have to offer and how it's worked for our business. So thank you.